Steps of ABC, steps of activity based costing. That means, so what are the steps? Number one step, group production overheads into group production heads into activities according to how they are driven. A cost pool is an activity which consumes resources and for which overhead costs are identified and allocated. For each cost pool, there should be a cost driver. The terms activity and cost pool are often used interchangeably. Number two, identify cost drivers for each activity. That is what causes this activity cost to be incurred. A cost driver is a factor that influences or drives the level of cost. Step three, calculate a cost driver rate for each activity. The cost driver rate is calculated in the same way as the absorption costing, overhead absorption rate. However, a separate cost driver rate will be calculated for each activity by taking the activity cost and dividing by the total cost driver volume. Number four, absorb the activity cost into product. The cost should be absorbed back into the individual products. And the last step, calculate the full production cost or profit or loss. Some question ask for the production cost per unit and for the profit or loss per unit. Other question ask for the total production cost and or the total profit or loss. Right? Um, Now we have the example over here. ABC company has following costs. Machine cost 5,000, component cost 15,000, setup cost 30,000, packaging cost 30,000, production overhead, uh, I assume is production overhead over here. Oh, sorry. Production overhead is 80,000 over here. Okay, it is assumed figure. Now we have three products, Skybar, MG, and SB. Okay, so at actual production or sale units for these are 500,000, 150,000, and 250,000. Machine hours per unit are 0.01, 0.04, and 0.02. Number of production setups are 3, 1, and 26. Number of components are 4, 6, and 20. Number of customer uh, orders are 21, 4, and 25. Now, what is the question? As you can see, using ABC, calculate full production cost per unit and profit per unit for each product. Okay. So now, what is the step one? As we learn, uh, group production overheads into activities according how they are driven. So this has been done. The 80,000, as you can see, overhead has been split in four different activities. Okay, four different activities, or you can say cost pools. Number two, we have to find out cost drivers for each activity. So let us do that. What is the activity? What are the activities we have? Firstly, let us look at that. We have machine cost. I'm writing in short form, but you can't write in short form. Okay, the machine cost, component cost is another activity. Setup cost is another activity. Packing cost is another activity. Now, what are the cost drivers for them? Let us do look at them. For machine cost, we will have number of machine hours, right? For component cost, we will have number of components. For setup cost, we have number of setups. For packing cost, we have number of customer orders. Okay, so now the next step, step 3, calculate overhead absorption rate. So what is the overhead absorption rate over here is number of production costs, or you can say overhead absorption rate is machine cost. So 15,000 is given in the question. The machine cost divided by 16,000 as per the it is the assumed figure. Definitely you will get this figure in the question. So what we will get 0.31 machine hour. Okay. Overhead absorption rate component cost 15,000. Sorry, 15,000. This is the component cost divided by, we have various components in the question given, 4 plus 6 plus 20. We have total 30 components. What we will get 500 per component. Clear? Uh, 500 per component. Then overhead absorption rate, setup cost 30,000 divided by 3 plus 1 plus 26. We have setup cost 1,000 per setup. Overhead absorption rate, packing cost, overhead absorption rate, packing cost 30,000. Packing cost divided by, we have 21 as given, plus 4 plus 25 orders. We total got total is 600 per order. So we are done with the step 3 as well. Now step 4, absorb the activity cost into product. Okay. Uh, Sorry. Skybar is the product, MG is the product, and SP is the product. Okay. So machine cost 0.31 multiply by total number of product of SB, which was 500,000, I guess. We will get 1,550. What were the products of MG? I forgot. I have to look back. 150 and 250. Okay. So 0.31 multiplied by 150, 1860. And 0.31 multiplied by 250, we get SB products were 250. Yeah. So 1550. Component cost 500 per component. multiply by total number of units, 2000, 3000. I am taking hundreds into thousands, so 10,000. So 1,200. I mean, setup cost 1,000 multiplied by setup. Total number of setups. Just we have to multiply by total number of setups of that particular product. We'll get 3,000, 1,000, and 26,000. Packing cost 600 per orders. Just multiply by total number of orders, which we looked at in above question. 12,600, 2,400, and 15,000. Okay, so total production overhead 19,150, 8250, and 52,550. Units produced 19,150, 150,000, and 250,000. So production overhead per unit, just multiply by 19,000 divided by, sorry, it's 500,000. So 19,150 divided by 500,000, we will get 0.04. 8250 divided by 150,000, we will get 0.06. And 52,550 divided by 250,000, we'll get 0.21. Uh, that's it for this example. Uh, Now I'm stopping a bit. If you have any questions, you guys can ask me. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me. I'm stopping a bit. Now, firstly, let us look at the example over here in detail. The example is ABC make and sell two products, P and D. The direct of production are direct cost of production are $12 for 1 unit of P and 24 per unit of P. D. Information relating to the annual production and sales is as follows. Uh, for P and D, annual production and sales to 24,000 and 24,000. Direct labor per unit 10 and 140. Number of batches 12 and 140. Number of setup per batches is 1 and 3. Special part per unit 1 and 4. Information related to annual production and sales is as follows. Cost driver and annual cost. Cost driver uh, and annual cost. Setup cost, number of setup 73,000. Special part leading, a number of special parts 60,000. Other material handling cost driver is number of batches 63,000. Order handling number and 216,000. Total is 432,000. Other overhead costs do not have an identifiable cost driver, and in an ABC system, these overhead would be recovered on direct labor hour basis. We have to calculate production cost per unit of P and D. If company uses traditional absorption costing and overheads are recovered on a direct labor hour basis. And number two, calculate production cost per unit of P and D if company uses ABC. So first part, A part, budgeted Direct labor hours 24,000 into 1, and other product uses 24,000 units into 1.5 per unit. So total is 60,000. Budgeted overhead are 430,000 given in the question. So 60,000 divided by 432,000, what we will get? 7.20. That is the direct labor recovery rate, or you can say overhead absorption rate. Uh, is here. So what are the direct costs for, again, P and D are two products. What are the direct costs? Direct costs given in the question: 12 and 24. Production overhead 7.20. We just find out D uses 1.5 hours of labor. So 1.5 into 7.2, we will get 10.80. Just total it 19.2 and 34.8. So far, so good. Now we are done with the first part of the question. For the second part, for the A, B, C, let's do it. A, B, C. B part, right? Firstly, we have to do the working. P, D, total. Batches 12, 240 and 252. Setups 12, 720 and 732. Special parts 24,000, 96,000, and total is 120,000. Orders 10 and 140, total is 150. Direct labor hours 24,000, 36,000, and total is 60,000. Now, cost driver rates. Cost driver rates. That is 73,200 divided by total 732. We'll get 100 setups. That is for the setup, by the way. Okay, setup. Uh, Special part handling 19,800 divided by 150 will get 132 per, or 132 per order. Uh, Material handling 63,000 divided by 252 will get 250 per batch. Other overhead 216,000 divided by 60,000 will get 3.60 per hour. We are done with this workings. Now, just we need to do the totaling. Two products E and D and total setup E 1200 73,200. Got it? Special part handling cost 12,000 48,000 and we'll get 60,000. Order handling cost 1320, 18,480, 19,800. Material handling cost 3,000 and 60,000. We'll get 63,000. Other overhead 8,400 and 129 600. Total is 216,000. We'll get 103 920, 328 080. Total is 432,000. Okay. So far, so good. If you guys have any question, you can ask me over here now. Uh, any questions, if you have, you can ask me. And by the way,